just those people in life that usually with the internet. This is why I hate the internet. You come across these personalities or these people, and you just know that they're somehow you are them. Like you've got that fraternity thing. Like you just know it. The way you think, the way you talk, the way you express yourself, what you find curious, values, you name it. The list goes on. This guy right here is my Jewish brother. I don't know. I like him. Check out what he's got to say though. It might go on a little longer than I wanted.
So disagreement is the fact that space-time is fundamental. What are interesting distinctions between ideas of consciousness between you and Annika, for example? You guys have you've been on a podcast together. I'm sure in private you guys have some incredible conversations. So where are some interesting sticking points, some interesting disagreements? Let's say with Annika first. Maybe there'll be a few other people.
Well, Annika and I just had a conversation this morning where we were talking about our ideas, and what we discovered really in our conversation was that we're pretty much on the same page. It was really just
About consciousness.
About consciousness, yeah. Our ideas about consciousness are pretty much on the same page. She rightly has cautioned me to, when I talk about conscious agents, to point out that the notion of agency is not fundamental in my theory. The notion of self is not fundamental, and that's absolutely true. I can use this network of conscious agents. This I now use as a technical term. Conscious agents is a technical term for that probability space with the Markovian dynamics. I can use that to build models of a self and to build models of agency, but they're not fundamental. So she has really been very helpful in helping me to be a little bit clear about these ideas and not say things that are misleading.
Sure. The word, I mean, this is the interesting thing about language, actually, is that language, quite obviously, is an interface
Yes.
to truth. It's so fascinating that individual words can have so much ambiguity, and the specific choices of a word within a particular sentence, within the context of a sentence, can have so much such a difference in meaning. It's quite fascinating, especially when you're talking about topics like consciousness, because it's a very loaded term. It means a lot of things to a lot of people, and the entire concept is shrouded in mystery. So combination of the fact that it's a loaded term and that there's a lot of mystery, people can just interpret it in all kinds of ways. And so you have to be both precise and help them avoid getting stuck on some kind of side road of miscommunication, lost in translation because you used the wrong word. That's interesting. I mean, for a lot of people, consciousness is ultimately connected to a self.
This motherfucker's like, oh, that's interesting. After what he said, after what he just said, that's my boy. Anyways, yeah, I recently had a situation like that with a friend of mine, and I kind of yelled at her. I was like, dude, you gotta choose your words properly. Like, you really, really do. Like, they're so complex. They're so powerful if you let them be. They're so manipulative. They're so, like he said, it's fascinating. Language is fascinating. Add that with the human psychology element, and why would you not want to be here on this earth, man? Like, that shit's so fucking frustrating and intriguing. Like, innocence gone mad. I don't know. Just thought.